Thinking of buying a business? Hi there, my name is Susan Bosch and I own Salonspa Connection. I wanted to go over the 10-point checklist when you are looking into an industry to invest in, what you really need to consider. I sell beauty industry businesses, so of course this is going to be geared around the beauty industry, but I think it's really great information for any entrepreneur or anyone who is considering buying a business. These are really great points. I didn't make them up. I got them from David Barnett, super smart guy. Check him out on YouTube. So here we go. Number 1, industry familiarity. Are you familiar with the industry you're considering investing in? So the beauty industry is really super easy to get familiar with because not only do you probably get your hair cut or your nails done or a facial, you probably know beauty industry professionals, whether it is a hairstylist, an esthetician, cosmetology instructor, salon owner. There's a lot of people in the beauty industry. It's really easy to gain access and get information about the beauty industry. There's a lot of stuff online, a lot of videos. It's super easy to get familiar with the beauty industry. But if you're going to buy a business, make sure that you are familiar with the industry that you are considering. Number 2, is there a lot of independent operators in that industry? So this is a big one. You don't want to go into an industry where it's dominated by corporate giants. And the beauty industry is actually known for having mostly independent operators. We have, it's probably about 70% of independently owned salons, spas, and barbershops and schools. So our industry is literally littered with independent operators, which is really great because it gives you a lot of freedom to be able to run your business as you see fit. The third is resilience to e-commerce. So we've had issues with e-commerce as far as our products being diverted to Amazon, things like that. However, you can't get services on e-commerce, and it does not relate to us at all unless you're looking to launch a product line, which can be one of the most challenging beauty industry businesses to have, unless you can sell those in-house into your existing clients. Resilience to e-commerce is pretty easy in the beauty industry. We're very resilient. We're mostly service-based with some products on the side. Number 4, is this a stable industry or is there a growing demand for the industry? The beauty industry grows every single year. With every human being born, there's more demand for beauty services, especially as we age. We want those great hair services and skin services as women and men to look and feel good about ourselves. The beauty industry is a very stable industry. It's not going anywhere, and it grows every single year as our population grows. So number 5, innovation opportunities. So the beauty industry really is full of innovation. It is actually chock full of creative people who constantly innovate and adapt and create new products, new techniques, new ideas, new services, new softwares. I'm one of them. So there's nothing but innovation in the beauty industry, and there's some really cool things that are coming about. If you're somebody who doesn't necessarily want to provide services, as scary as this sounds, there are machines that do your nails. There's actually machines that do lashes. I don't encourage you to try that, but it is a very innovative part of the beauty industry that is kind of overlooked. However, the individual service provider will never be replaced. You can't have a conversation with a nail machine or a lash machine, and people may not even trust it. So anyway, lots of opportunities for innovation in the beauty industry. Barriers to entry, that's the next one. So what are the barriers to entry for the industry that you're considering? So as far as the beauty industry is concerned, the barriers to entry is really understanding service provider business. And so if you understand service provider business, if you can understand basically what type of licensing you need to have, you as a salon owner, spa owner, barbershop owner, you don't need typically you don't need to be licensed in cosmetology or aesthetics or barber. You can be a business owner without those types of licenses, but your city or your state may require special business licenses. That's definitely something to look into if you are considering buying business. Assess your barriers to entry. Next is profit margin and cash flow. So that's something that you have to absolutely look at when you're considering any industry. And so the beauty industry, it really varies quite widely. The profit margins are much higher for med spas, really extension services. Those are where you have extremely high profit margins. The cash flow in those businesses may vary depending on the owner and how, they're managing their money and where they're putting the emphasis as far as spending. Are they using it as a piggy bank, or are they actually doing this as real business? So you want to choose an industry where profit margin and cash flow is pretty high, but that also really depends on the individual business. So you have to assess each and every business in any industry that you consider. Next, is the industry scalable, or are there growth opportunities? And this is super obvious. The beauty industry is nothing but scalable. Think about multi-location businesses. Think about product lines. Think about online services. It's absolutely scalable, and it is always growing. It's never going to not grow. As long as our population increases, guess what? The beauty industry grows all the time. Next is regulation concerns. Or regulatory concerns. So, in truck driving businesses, maybe HVAC businesses, there's a lot of different businesses where regulation is a concern. And so in the beauty industry, when you get into med spa services, there are regulation concerns, and you absolutely have to partner most of the time with a doctor or someone to supervise those services. However, we are largely regulated by state boards. Every state board is different. So look into those as you browse what industry you want to invest in. Really, the beauty industry does not have a whole lot of regulatory concerns, but they might in your particular state. So just investigate that before you get too deep. Last, but most important, is the industry a good fit? Are you interested in the industry? And so I think this is a big one. If you're not into beauty services, if making people feel good really doesn't excite you, if you'd rather sit behind a computer all day, you can definitely do that as an owner, but I think it really helps to be invested in not only your consumer base, but the people that work for you too, or work with you. So making them happy, honestly, an investment in a salon team really helps when you're considering buying a beauty business. But it's really important just to understand the industry that you're getting into and really be interested in it. And I think there's a ton of different things to be interested in the beauty space. So that's it. That is our 10-point checklist from David Barnett and how it relates to the beauty industry. If you have any questions about buying a beauty business, a salon, spa, barbershop, school, online business, talent agency, whatever it is you're looking into, please hit me up. I'm going to start doing office hours. And so you're going to be able to ask me questions live on TikTok and Instagram and potentially YouTube. And because I think there's a lot of education that is due for people who buy and sell beauty industry businesses. There's a lot of misunderstandings and ignorance out there, and I am here to help educate not only our industry, but anybody who's interested in our industry. So my name is Susan Bosch. I own Salonspa Connection, where we help buyers and sellers meet for the beauty industry.